Looks like Her Gracious Majesty the Queen will feature in the very latest production put together by Prince Harry and his executive producer partner Meghan Markle. Let me explain more. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. I hope you're all keeping well. Whatever you're doing today, hope you have a wonderful day. Get out there, enjoy the day, as I often say to you. I know how much you must think, oh, Neil lectures us every day. But you know, it's important, isn't it, to get out, see people, just change it up a little bit, you know. I hate routine. I don't know about you. I like to never sort of plan anything. Just turn up, see where the day goes, you know. I know it's difficult when you've got a full-time job, trust me, it's difficult. But you know those things, it always reminds me of that ABBA song. I don't know if you know the ABBA song, The Day Before You Came. Brilliant sort of lyrics by Bjorn and Benny, and it's just a very clever song. It's all about doing the same thing every single day, and we all fall into that trap. We must mix it up. A little bit like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, so let me explain. As we know, recently Meghan and Harry made that very strange and alleged secret visit to see Her Majesty the Queen, to see who was protecting her, you know, even though she's currently advertising for a security officer out at Windsor. Make of that what you will. Somebody visits and suddenly she thinks, oh, I need to tighten security. I know, you couldn't make that up really, could you? But what's interesting is this. As we know, Harry and Meghan, as I say, popped in for this security chat and, you know, very secure sit-down chat. And then Harry went and spoke about her for a period on NBC News with a lady called Hodder, and that got all the attention really. You know, he wanted to make sure the right people were around her. But a lot of people were saying, well, you know, did he have a Netflix crew in operation with him? Well, no, he didn't. You know, the crew were actually met out in the Netherlands. There was no crew travelling with them over when they came to England. What we do know is there was a crew hired once they arrived in England, so I'm not quite sure what footage they got, but trust me, 100% there is no footage of our monarch, the Queen, at all coming up in that particular situation at Windsor. But here is what is coming up, and that's all thanks, of course, to that sort of burgeoning deal with Netflix. We know, we told you a while back, there's going to be a behind the scenes sort of DVD about, you know, the whole spectacle, them planning it over in California, what they're going to do, phone calls, that sort of stuff. And, you know, they've got to flesh it out as much as they can, obviously. Netflix want their money. As we know, they've lost a lot of subscribers recently. Not all down to Harry and Meghan, as I say, down to a lot of Russian interference, obviously. But it's still not looking good for Netflix. They need books now, you know, and they need people to subscribe. So what you are going to see in this documentary, and as we have to say, allegedly, but I've been told this as a fact, that it will sort of describe, you know, Harry and Meghan's return to England, to the United Kingdom. His thoughts and all that sort of stuff will be recorded, and then there's going to be some offshoot interviews of which he will talk about stopping off to see his grandmother, how well that went, all of that sort of stuff that he didn't speak about with Hodder. Now, what's interesting as ever with this particular segment is it just proves, if Harry hasn't worked this out, how much they need the British monarchy in order to sell things, because obviously, you know, the line will be, and I'm sure this will be the line, that he popped in because he wanted to collect her wishes for all the great people at the Invictus Games, that she wishes to wish them well, and I'm sure she does. Obviously, you know, she's our monarch, she cares about things like that, but you can see how they can interweave the story to make sure that they get that story in. You get the picture. So moving forward, when this does come out at a streaming service, and as we've said, it may also come out directly to cinemas too, a little bit like the Downton movie, then of course Her Majesty the Queen in some form will be mentioned. Some might say used, others might say, well, it's part of the story, you know, that's what he did on his return to England. Whichever way you look at it. And as ever, I have to leave it up to you, so I'll leave it in the comments. It's a very shrewd, clever marketing move, isn't it, to bring in the world's most famous woman when you're trying to flog your very first highly important documentary to a streaming giant that has paid you millions. I'll leave you to work out the rest. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.